Listen up, because the Celtic news today is absolutely unbelievable and you're not going to want to miss a single second of it. We've got major praise from inside the club, bold claims from Calmac about our new gaffer, and trust me, the final story is the one that's going to blow your mind. I'm talking proper goosebump stuff about Wilfried Nancy stepping straight into the pressure cooker of paradise like he owns the place. So stay till the end. We have 6 news a day to keep you updated with the mighty Celtic. Hit that subscribe button and be part of it. Let me tell you, this whole situation with Michael Nicholson stepping forward to praise Martin O'Neill and the interim staff has felt like watching the calm after a Glasgow storm. And you know exactly the kind I mean, the ones that leave Sucky Hall flooded, while the Azuis blame the rain for another bad weekend. But here in Paradise, it's been a different story altogether. What O'Neill, Sean Maloney, and Mark Fotheringham pulled off over these last few weeks was the sort of stabilizing masterclass that only proper Celtic men could deliver. You felt it on the pitch, you felt it in the stands, and judging by Nicholson's words, you felt it in every corner of Lennox Town. O'Neill came back in when everything felt a bit wobbly, fixtures piling up, Europe looming, a manager gone, rival fans hoping for a collapse. Instead, O'Neill marched in with that familiar charm and that calm authority, and instantly, the whole dressing room looked lighter. Maloney and Fotheringham grafted beside him, tightening training sessions, bringing back the focus and clarity that had been missing. You could see it in the way the team pressed, the way they moved, the way they carried themselves, and every win along the way felt like a wee message to the rest of Scottish football. Celtic aren't going anywhere. Nicholson mentioning the reception O'Neill got after the Dundee match. Listen, that wasn't just applause, that was respect, and the kind of respect you earn over decades, not weeks. The whole stadium could feel it, and you know the best bit? It wasn't just nostalgia. The performance levels genuinely lifted under him, confidence rebuilt, results steady, squad together, all right before Wilfried Nancy's arrival. This could have been a disaster of a transition, the type that would have had the Blues on the other side of the city rubbing their hands. Instead, O'Neill and his staff handed over the reins with the club back on track. Top performances flowing, and Europe still alive. And now Nancy steps in with something precious: stability. Instead of inheriting chaos, he gets a squad that looks sharp, organized, and ready to absorb whatever new ideas he brings. Nicholson's right, with the schedule being relentless, training time will be tight, but what O'Neill left behind is a foundation, a proper Celtic foundation: rhythm, clarity, and belief. So here's what I want you to think about, because it's been buzzing in my head since Nicholson spoke. Did Martin O'Neill just save Celtic's season before Nancy even took his first session? What do you reckon? Hit that subscribe button, lads. Let's G it loudy till we hit 1,500 mad Celtic daffs. You could feel it in the air at Lennox Town, that wee shift you only notice when someone genuinely gets what Celtic is all about. Listening to Calmac talk about Wilfried Nancy, it hit me straight away. This isn't a guy trying to storm in with big speeches or grand promises. This is someone who's walked through the door, taken a look around Paradise, felt the weight of the shirt, and actually understood it. And believe me, not every manager who's passed through these parts has managed that in their first few days. Some have talked circles, some have over-promised, and some, usually the ones across the city, love shouting about themselves louder than a full day of rain pelting down on Sucky Hall. But Nancy, different vibe entirely. Calmac made it sound like he slipped into the club's rhythm the way a proper midfielder slips into a passing lane. Calm, measured, intelligent. That's the word that keeps popping up, isn't it? Intelligent. And with the schedule Celtic are staring at right now, Hearts Roma, a cup final, you need someone who can walk into chaos without making it worse. The last thing a squad needs in that moment is a manager trying to reinvent everything before he's even found the parking space at Lennox Town. And Calmac, who's seen every type of manager under the Glasgow sun, seemed genuinely impressed. He spoke about the communication, the clarity, the quiet confidence. He said Nancy talks the right way, carries himself the right way, understands the scale of Celtic already. And you know what? When your captain says that, you listen. He's lived this club from the academy to lifting trophies. If Calmac says Nancy's already hitting the right notes, then that's worth more than 1,000 flashy press conferences. What I loved most was Calmac admitting he hadn't bothered researching Nancy beforehand. And why would he? Celtic have been playing every 3 days, juggling Europe, chasing the league, trying to steady the ship. But that lack of homework actually worked in Nancy's favor. No preset notions, no comparisons, just pure first impression. And the first impression was strong, the kind that settles a dressing room instead of stirring it up, the kind that says, I respect what's already here, now let's build on it together. Training right now is more recovery than reinvention, and that's where Nancy's intelligence really matters. He's observing, communicating, adapting. He's letting the players feel him out while he does the same. And Calmac's belief that understanding comes fastest through daily graft. That's old Celtic wisdom. That's how Jock Stein did it. That's how the great leaders have always done it. So here's the question that's bouncing around my head, and I want you to be brutally honest. Do you think Calmac already trusts Nancy more than he trusted the last manager by the end? What's your take on that? Hit that subscribe button, lads. Let's G it loldy till we hit 1,500 mad Celtic daffs. Let me settle you in for this one, because Wilfried Nancy's first proper taste of the Celtic spotlight was something straight out of Paradise Theatre. You know when a new manager walks into Glasgow and the first thing that hits him is the sheer weight of expectation? Most folk either freeze, crumble, or do that thing the lot across the city do, where they pretend pressure does nay exist until they lose to Motherwell and start greeting more than the clouds hanging over Sucky Hall. But Nancy, the man, actually laughed when asked about pressure, not a wee polite smile, but a proper laugh, like someone who's already clocked that the passion of this support isn't something to fear, it's something to feed off, and you could tell he meant it. He spoke about pressure like it was just another part of life, the same way we speak about rain in Glasgow. It's always there, so why pretend it's not? He's walked into Lennox Town and felt the love already, folks saying hello, wishing him luck, giving him that warm Celtic welcome that only comes when someone steps in with humility. And he loved it, said he hopes it stays that way, then burst out laughing again. Imagine that. A manager laughing on day one, not ducking questions, not hiding behind cliches, just owning it. But let's be honest, the fixtures waiting for him are outrageous. Hearts at home, Roma under the lights in Paradise, and a cup final after 7 days in the job. That would chew up half the managers in Europe, yet Nancy's stepping in with trophies already on his CV and records set in MLS. That's no small thing. Winning consistently, under pressure, with expectation, that travels. And now he wants to live it here, in the most intense football environment on the planet. What really warmed me, though, was how he talked about his staff. He didn't arrive like some sort of lone savior. He brought Kwame Ampadu, this wise presence he clearly trusts deeply. Then you've got Jules Guéguen, his fitness man, but apparently far more creative than that, and Max Chalier, the analyst who's probably watched more Celtic footage in 2 weeks than the Rangers defense has watched of their own mistakes in 10 years. It's a proper team, a proper structure, arriving ready to work. And make no mistake, Sunday is massive. There's no gentle warm-up act in Glasgow. You're flung straight into the fire and told to win, but you get the feeling Nancy revels in this. He's not scared. He's not overwhelmed. He's laughing in the face of pressure and inviting it in like it's a long-lost cousin from Marseille. So here's what I want to ask you, and think about this properly before you answer. Do you believe Nancy already carries himself with more confidence and presence than the last manager ever managed at Celtic, even after months in the job? What's your take on that? Hit that subscribe button, lads. Let's G it. Laldy till we hit 1,500 mad Celtic daffs.